Welcome back for second half action. As we begin, we remind you once again, tonight's game is being brought to you by Domino's Pizza of Arlington. Domino's at the corner of Mass Ave and Water Street. Dial 643-2300 for a fresh hot pizza delivered right to your door within 30 minutes. Domino's, when it's got to be good, it's got to be Domino's.
And we're just about ready for second half action. Don Phelan along with Steve DeCourcy. Rick Soren's our producer, Doug Walton on camera, and we're happy to have Dan Lambrinos on stats tonight. Medford will inbound the ball at the beginning of the second half. Arlington will start the second half with an 8-point lead, 37-29.
And Arlington starting with their starting five from the beginning of the game. Michaud, Samard, Valandry, Cristoforo, and Barlow.
And I'm going to have to find out about number 20 for Arlington, Ryan Allward. He dressed for the last two games, the game at Cambridge and this game tonight. And he has started most of the games, and he hasn't played at all. I'm wondering if he has some kind of injury. We'll have to find out from Coach Broderick about that. Now in the first possession of the second half, Dwayne Doyley gets it inside for two. And remember, for Arlington, Dimitri Michaud has 3 fouls, but for Medford, O'Doyley, number 35, their leading scorer, also with 3 fouls. Now wide open Samad, and Samad puts it down.
Medford got caught up with the press. Once Arlington broke it, really no chance.
Just like any other press, if you can just stay patient with a press, you should be able to get a layup. If you get too involved, that's when the defense can take it from you, and Arlington did a great job that time. So they answer the 2 by Doyley. Now they swing it around. White at the top. Only 8 seconds on the shot clock. Inside, Michaud bottles up the man. Now they're going to have to take the shot from the wing. No good. Rebound O'Doyley takes it into Michaud. Missed the shot. Rebound fought for. Valandry got a hand on it. Tipped it over to Barlow. Here comes Arlington. Samad ahead of the pack, and he'll be called for an offensive foul.
Really a tough situation for Samard. He caught it in traffic, really had nowhere to go. Really more a function of the pass than anything Samard did. He just let it, Barlow let him right into the defender.
Well, I got to give David White some credit for Medford, number 12. He saw that, he read that play and knew if he could establish defensive position, he would get the call. And he took the hit and got the call. So David White with a nice play for Medford. Here we go, inside O'Doyley, inside the foul line, back out to White. He's going to pump up a 3. No good. And after White began the game by hitting 3 points, he has now missed a couple. Let's see what we have on the call here.
I think they have Barlow with a kicked ball. He was down on the ground and really had no choice but to kick it because he was out of the play.
So White has cooled down for Medford from 3-point line. And again, the same inbounds play. And O'Doyley with the follow-up and a dunk. So again, Arlington falls asleep on the inbounds play. The shot was missed, but O'Doyley was there for the putback, and he was way up there for the dunk.
That's 4 points Medford has scored tonight. Now a timeout by Arlington. I'm sure Coach Broderick not happy with that. You can't afford to have those defensive lapses against the number 3 team in the state.
So the Arlington lead is now 39-33 with 14-13 to go in the half. And as we get a shot here of the Arlington cheerleaders performing their timeout ritual, I'll go through the names. Senior captains Gina McNeely, Heather Dooley, Julie Day. Another senior on the squad is Danielle Berlante. Juniors Joanne Driscoll, Lindsay Moore, Mona Batoni, Jenny Kim, Maria Francis, Christine McCaffrey. Sophomores Rainey Scott, Julie Holland, and Elizabeth, Coach Karen, well, I can't read this name. I'm going to go with Steberg. Does that look like Steberg?
Steberg, yes.
Steberg. Sorry about that if that's wrong. Freshman Jennifer Armstrong and Christine Massey, and Coach Karen Viola in her 5th year coaching the Arlington High Maroon squad.
You can see what Medford has done so far here in the second half. They're going to try to work the ball in and out. I'm sure they'd love to have Michaud pick up that 4th foul. So they're going to bring it into Doyley. That's one thing, the last 6 or 7 minutes of the first half, didn't get any penetration inside because Doyley was on the bench with the 3 fouls.
See, Steve, you'll notice now John Pisapia, number 34, is guarding Barlow. And as they did in Medford, they're giving Barlow different looks between White and Pisapia. Now DJ Valandry will try a jumper, no good. Michaud with the rebound, got bottled up, and he dunks it!
That's Doug. Took a couple steps before he went back up.
And a good play by Michaud. He had the patience to stay with it. Some thought it might have been a travel, but he stayed with it and put it down. Arlington lead back up to 8. Now inside, Cristoforo got a hand on it, and Barlow comes up with it for Arlington. Good defensive play by the Spy Ponder defense. Arlington looking to add to their 8-point lead. playing the number 3 team in the state. Medford undefeated at 8-0, undefeated in the league at 7-0. Barlow into the traffic, tough shots, throws it up there, and it rolls up and in.
Just such a creative move by Barlow. Just waited for the defense to give him an opening.
And Arlington extends to a 10-point lead. I believe at one time in the first half they had an 11-point lead, so it's not their biggest lead, but back up into double digits. Now a 3-point will be thrown up there, bounces high. Valandry fought for the rebound. He did enough of it so that it was able to be controlled by Michaud.
Kept it in front of him so Michaud could come right over.
He had a lot of pressure on him from behind. Now Barlow off the pick, kicks it out. Cristoforo, spot up 3, swish, and the Arlington lead is up to 13.
Huge 3 by Cristoforo. Medford really looking confused. They came out here in the second half, and again, you've got that inside-outside threat from Arlington, and Coach Bartley calling a timeout and looking to his assistant coaches and to the board. He's going to try to find something.
What a good job of coaching so far tonight, Steve, by both coaches. That'll be interesting to see now how Medford comes out. Seems that after each team has called a timeout to a various situation, the team has come out and responded. We saw Medford take a timeout in the first half after an Arlington run, and then Medford rallied off, about 8 points. And then Coach Broderick was very upset with that defensive effort that got the easy 2 for O'Doyley. And since then, Arlington has responded with a bunch of points of their own. So good coaching by the 2 head coaches tonight.
And you can see both teams, as they come out of their timeouts, they did really pick up the intensity, and we saw that in the first half, and as well as you said, in the beginning stages of the second half. Arlington to go with David Noel coming in. He'll be in for DJ Valandry. He did an outstanding job in the first half. He gives Arlington that little extra offense, and that leaping ability as well has really paid dividends for Arlington.
This next stretch of the game, of course, will be extremely crucial. If Medford can respond to the Arlington lead, this could be a game. But if Arlington can handle it, well, I'll tell you, Arlington with a 13-point lead, they're in the driver's seat right now. Well, Medford will inbounds directly in front of us, trailing by 13. Swinging in the corner to Pasapia, back out top. Cato in traffic, puts it up, no good. Fouled on the play. I believe it will go on Noel. He raises his hand. Let's see who the call is.
It was on the drive, and Noel came in and got him in the arm.
Apparently it was on the way up, though, Stephen, as Keizo will go to the line for 2. And the first free throws around the rim and out. Second free throw is good, and the Arlington lead is a dozen with 12:23 to go in the game. Now Medford coming out with hot full court pressure. Cristoforo in trouble, got it to Barlow. Now Barlow picks up his dribble, gets it over to Cristoforo, and Cristoforo gets it over the timeline. Just barely over the timeline, I might add. Now inside, the pass to Michaud was knocked away, and last touched by Medford. It will remain Arlington ball.
Noel went after the ball there. Good thing he didn't touch it. The official right on the call.
Sometimes that makes the call look controversial, too, because you see the Arlington get going for it and thinking, oh, it must be off of them, but Medford was the last player to
and you
touch
could
it.
hear the Medford fans groaning when they made the call because of that. Oh, the shot just couldn't get up enough for the dunk.
And now we're going to have a foul on Samard, who tried to grab the ball away. But a fine pass by Barlow. Michaud unable to put the dunk down, and in the ensuing action, Neil Samard picked up a foul. Let's see how many that is on Neil, just his second. So 12 minutes exactly to go in the ball game. Samard has picked up 2. And again, early in the half, Arlington with 3 team fouls and Medford with 0. That situation reversed itself in the first half. We'll have to see how it plays out here in the second half. Arlington, same defense, 1-2-2. Noel's up top. This is David White. He's been impressive tonight. Down low to Cato. Michaud stands his ground, just puts his arms up, blocks the shot. It will remain Medford ball.
Michaud showing a lot of discipline in this game. Even before he picked up the third foul, he was holding his ground but not reaching out with the arms. You see again, just using the body.
3 seconds. O'Doyley spins, throws it up. Missed the shot. Foul will be on Arlington. There's 3 Arlington players there. Let's see who it's on.
Samard again.
So Samard picks up 2 within the last 30 seconds. And I was surprised they didn't get a 3-second call on that one, Steve. O'Doyley seemed to make about 2 or 3 moves in there in the paint.
He's in there for 5 seconds.
You know, usually you let the guy get away with 1 or 2 pivots. O'Doyley, geez, he might have taken as many as 3 or 4. Good interior.
The other thing about the move by O'Doyley is he's the one who's creating all the contact, and I think it was a little frustrating for Samad. He's trying to hold his ground, and Doyley's moving in and out, looking for an opening, but the offensive player usually gets the benefit of the doubt.
So Samad's now going to have to be careful as, I'm saying O'Doyle, but Dwayne Doyley converts both free throws, and the Arlington lead is now down to 10 as the Medford pressure has worked.
That's not where you want to be. Okay,
Samad.
Nice job breaking it.
Barlow, Noel, and Phil. I think Phil saw Noel out of the corner of his eye and got real excited, and he got called for a travel just before he threw the pass to Noel, who would have been open for an easy two. So again, Medford comes out of the timeout, looks impressive. They've cut the lead to 10 with the ball, just over 11 minutes to go in the ball game. Now they run that play again, and again Doyley off the weak side, lob pass from White, and another fine play by Medford, and the lead is down to 8 for Arlington. Arlington really needs a hoop hit. Oh, they're on his arm. Michaud, pull-up jumper, it's short. Rebound by Doyley. Doyley put two hands on the ball. Now he pushes Barlow off. And back to White. No-look pass, slapped away by Barlow, knocked around, still alive. White takes it to Michaud, misses it, ball's tipped. Doyley inside, still in there for 3 seconds. Goes up strong, no basket, but he is fouled on the play.
It's going to be on Samard again, and now he has his 4th foul, and McHugh's going to have to come in and give Samard a break.
Samard does pick up the foul, and as Steven just said, his 4th. So with 10:34 to go in the ball game, Doyley will go to the line for 2, and Samad will go to the bench with 4. First free throw is no good. So indeed, Brian McHugh, number 41, checks into the Arlington lineup, and he replaces Neil Samad. Couple of tough calls there for Samad as he was trying to hold his ground, but Doyley, with some good interior moves, got the calls both times. Second free throw is good, and now the Arlington lead is down to 7. It was 13. Medford has rattled off the last 6. And Arlington needs a basket right here. Yeah, that was the 15th foul on Arlington too, and Medford yet to commit one. Now inside McHugh, bottled up, gets it to Barlow. In trouble, gets it to Noel. Noel will pull up. Shot is off the front rim.
Now a foul. Good call there after the shot.
Was that after the shot?
Yes.
On the shooter? And now Coach Broderick will take timeout. And I didn't watch the follow through on that play, but if it was clearly after the shot, it will be Arlington ball. But sometimes you're still considered a shooter. And but I think Arlington's just going to get possession on the sideline.
Yeah. Noel is still in his follow through. Hopkins came over and pushed him, and he pushed him back. And really a fun night. If you have an opportunity to come down, it's really a festive atmosphere. Both schools get together, and it's always a great evening of entertainment.
And I guess it's a kind of a down year for AC, so we'll have to see about that come next Friday night. I believe that's the 30th is the date of that game. It's Arlington Catholic right now 4-8 on the year. So anyway, back to the live action here. Exactly 10 minutes to go in the game. Arlington holding on to a slim 7-point lead. They work the ball around, 13 the shot clock. Inside, Noel's pass to Michaud was stolen. White, spin move, out of control. And they're going to get Phil Barlow for a reach-in foul. Well, that's a tough call right there. As White was just spinning and
out of control.
Out of control, really, yeah. And so now, here's who I was talking about before, number 20 for Arlington, Ryan Alwood, checks into the lineup, and he replaces David Noel. And what Alwood gives you is he gives you that good defensive presence. Take it to the hole. Michaud stood his ground. White out of control again. Missed the shot wildly. And Arlington with the ball. So Medford unable to convert that time and cut into the lead. Arlington holding on to a 7-point lead. In the corner, Cristoforo, he'll spot up for 3, and he buries it.
Huge 3 there for Cristoforo. Arlington had been in a slump.
Cristoforo, I'll tell you another thing about his threes. Hardly any of them hit anything. They just go straight through, reminiscent of your long jumpers back in high school.
Right. Well, the thing that Cristoforo does that I never could do is get that quick release.
Right, he just is able to spot up and just drain it. You're correct there. But now in the ensuing action, I believe a foul was called on Arlington.
That's going to go against Michaud. That's his fourth. So now both of Arlington's big men have to take some time on the bench.
Oh, wow.
It's going to be a tough decision for Coach Broderick. There's 9:17 left in the game. At some point, you got to bring them back in.
Wow. I didn't see that play, but as you just said, Michaud was called for the foul. Indeed, it is his fourth. And Doyle will go to the line. Arlington now with 17 fouls, so Medford in the bonus.
And Medford with 1.
So, boy, the foul disparity has really caught up to Arlington. It's funny, too, after the first half, the Medford coaches hung around for a little while to talk to the officials about the foul disparity, and sometimes that just puts that little seed in your mind, I guess.
Look for Medford to press here. Arlington, without the big men, maybe a little tougher bring the ball up, but they're falling back into a man-to-man.
Boy, that three by Cristoforo looks bigger and bigger now as the lead is still 8. 9 minutes to go, but both of the Arlington big men on the bench with 4 fouls. Cristoforo, same spot. Another one for Mike Cristoforo.
Again, Medford's going to have to do something. Cristoforo again waiting. Barlow's able to get it out to him.
He's a freshman, and he has ice water in his veins. Stephen, I'll tell you, in the first game at Medford, Mike did not shoot the ball very well, so this Medford team is probably thinking about that Mike Cristoforo. Since that time, I've seen him in games hardly ever miss any three-point shots. I mean, the kid
and
is
he wants the ball. You can see he's waiting there, and he's just ready to go up and fire. He's been huge.
Big, big three-pointers by Mike Cristoforo as Arlington trying to hold on to this game with the big men in foul trouble, and he has converted 2 consecutive three-pointers, and the Arlington lead is back up to 11, and Medford is forced into a timeout.
Yeah.
At Waltham, a game that Arlington had plenty of chances, obviously, by the nature of a game going into 4 overtimes. Arlington certainly had chances to win that game, and a tough 2-point loss at Cambridge last Wednesday night. So Arlington is having a great year, 6-3 overall. Now Martin bodies up Doyley. Alwood gets a hand in there. Good defensive presence by Arlington. Now they cause a turnover.
Those quick hands. Martin had gotten in there, and Barlow did as well.
Martin got a little bump on the guy. Alwood got a hand in there, and that defensive pressure caused a turnover, and Medford didn't get the call that time. They've gotten 7 of them so far. Barlow, three-pointer, no good. Arlington crashes the offensive board, but Harris, strong, rips it out of there. Arlington holding on to that 11-point lead. We're halfway through the second half. Inside Doyley, spins, still in the lane.
Oh, could have been an offensive there.
Throws it up, no good. Martin took the charge, didn't get the call, but Doyley didn't get the roll, and Barlow with the rebound. So Arlington will take that exchange, even though they didn't get the offensive foul call. They got the miss and the possession. Chance to run off some clock. See if they can get another hoop and extend the lead. Cristoforo, corner. They're running out on him now, I'll tell you that one. Now he drives, gets it to McHugh. Wide open, and he lays it in.
Great play all game. He's been shooting outside. Cristoforo saw the opening, and McHugh went up strong.
Great play by Cristoforo. The Arlington lead is 13. McHugh finishes it off.
Cristoforo showing a nice ability with the left hand going to the basket.
That's another thing that's improved and increased over the course of the season is his ball handling ability. Now inside Harris puts up no good. Tipped by Doyley. Boy, I'll tell you, he's a presence on the offensive glass.
He gets up so quick.
They have to get a body. Somehow you have to get a body on him just to prevent those little tip-ins like that. A couple of which have turned into monster dunks. So the Arlington lead remains 11, but they chopped off a minute of clock and kept that 11-point lead. Now Barlow, Cristoforo open. He's going to try again.
Oh, my God! The Medford player running right at him when he took the shot.
Mike Cristoforo showing no fear. Ice water in his veins, and the Arlington lead is 14. And I don't know who Coach Bartley grabbed, but he grabbed someone off the bench as Martin will be called for a blocking foul. He immediately called for somebody off the bench, somebody to cover Mike Cristoforo, as he is furious at his team. So Martin will be called for the foul, his first, the 8th team foul against Arlington. And a one-on-one situation will ensue here. I believe it's Pisapia at the line for Medford.
Arlington has been able to increase their lead with Michaud and Samard on the bench, which is incredible.
It's unbelievable. Now Dave Martin will come out of the lineup, and DJ Valandry will replace him. Pisapia here for a 1-and-1. And the free throw is good. So for Medford, number 25, Mike Bourne comes into the game for the first time. Apparently, he must be some kind of defensive player because nobody can cover Mike Cristoforo. Second free throw by Pisapia is also good, so the Arlington lead is 12 with 6:38 to go. Arlington having a little trouble getting it in. Barlow, he has numbers. Let's see what Arlington can do with this. Oh, nice jump pass to Valandri. Ball was knocked out of bounds by Medford. It will remain Arlington ball.
Good quick hands there by Mike Bourne, number 25 of Medford, to slap it away from Valandri.
So now Coach Broderick will make the first of the important decisions as number 52, Neil Samard, comes back into the game. 6 minutes and 30 seconds to go, and Arlington leading it by 12. Keep in mind that Samard is saddled with the 4 fouls. Barlow and White matched up here at the top of the circle. 15 seconds on the shot clock. 6:20 in the game. Barlow got caught up in the air. Gets it inside to Valandri. Valandri has his shot blocked by Doyley. The foul will be on Doyley, and for Doyley, that's his fourth, and a big break there for the Ponders.
Huge break for Arlington.
Now that levels things off a little bit with Doyley now having 4 and Samad shot for Arlington with 4. Because now he has to play a little bit more careful, and maybe he can't go for those offensive boards.
That's right. He's got to be careful on the offensive end as well.
And Valandri buries the first free throw. The Arlington lead is 13, 6:17 to go in the game. DJ Valandri, second free throw is good, and the Arlington lead is now 14. Pull-up jumper, not a good shot. Doyley there with the offensive rebound. Shot was partially deflected from behind. Now Pasapia will try a 3. No good. Valandri again, he just has a knack of getting a hand on the ball. Doesn't seem to control the rebounds a lot, but at least he gets a hand on him and somehow tips him to another Arlington player. So Arlington holds that time, 14-point lead with the ball, under 6 to go. A chance to add to it. Now Cristoforo, he will call for a travel. Yep.
Just lost the handle a little on that spin move, and the official was right on top of it. But Arlington with the 14-point lead with 5:38 left in the ballgame.
Arlington with a relatively small lineup in there right now as Doyley goes to the hole, misses the shot. Rebound fought for.
Barlow, I hope, lifts his hand up. I think this one may go on Samard, though.
Let's see.
Okay, now it's going to go against Barlow.
Barlow for Arlington commits a foul. I believe that might be as many as 3 on him. It is Phil's third. And to the line for a one-on-one, 2-shot foul, I guess. Shannon Long, and he converts. Now Arlington gets a little bit bigger here. They bring in McHugh to replace Valandri because Arlington really had a small lineup in there. And now Medford will go to the bench too with Kezo coming back in. So Shannon Long at the line. Now the team fouls. Right now Arlington has committed 9 to Medford's 2. And the next team foul on Arlington result in a double bonus for Medford.
Oh, we got a foul on Samard. That's going to be it for it. Is that a violation? Oh,
yeah.
It's a violation,
Okay.
not a foul.
Thank goodness for that. Lane violation as Samad, I guess, went in there a little bit early. And Long will get another free throw. And he bricks that one too. Rebound. Long had a notion to go over the top. He didn't. Barlow controls for Arlington. So the lead remains 13 with 5:18 to go in the game. Wow, what a long pass. Barlow to the corner to Cristoforo. Now Cristoforo in a little bit of trouble up top here. The 5-second count is off. 12 on the shot clock. Arwood drives, fakes, dump pass inside Samad. Reverse layup is good.
It's a great pass. That's one thing Ryan Arwood does such a nice job of getting into the penetration, drawing the defenders, and he just dumped it off for Samard.
Arlington did a nice job that time of taking some time off the shot clock and then got an easy 2. And the lead is now 15 with 4:48 to go. It's be interesting to see how the number 3 team in the state responds to this. That was something right there, the no call. Now the shot's thrown up, no good. And boy, I'll tell you, something strange happened there where a Medford player went up and came down with the ball. It should either be a travel or a jump ball. Nothing was called.
Yeah, Coach Broderick looking for the travel call. The referee said the ball had been batted away so that it nullified any jump ball situation.
I think it should have been a jump ball too, but now the free throw is no good. That foul was picked up by McHugh. He's not in any foul trouble at all. That's just his first foul, the 10th team foul in Arlington. So from here on in, Medford will be shooting 2 on every foul, except for player control fouls, of course. 4:40 to go. The Arlington lead is 15. The Arlington lead is 14. Medford with a little bit of zone pressure, full court. Barlow, as he does so many times, able to single-handedly beat it. Now Medford will be called for a kicking violation. They'll reset the shot clock, and Arlington will inbound on the baseline. Off the inbounds, Barlow, he'll take it back up top, and very smartly he's going to try to utilize some clock, I think.
And Medford in that strange situation here, Donald, they only have the 2 fouls. It's almost going to start working against them as we get down the stretch where normally you'd want to send the team to the line, hope they miss. They still have 3 more fouls before Arlington even goes to the line.
Yeah, 4 even, you're right.
4 fouls.
Now Cristoforo,
huge!
He got himself a little separation from the defensive player, and he buries another 3, and the lead is 17.
And little's an overstatement.
And that's a shot that you really don't see Mike take too often. Usually he takes that spot-up 3. Barlow went for the steal, didn't get it. White tries a 3, no good. Rebound, Cato puts it up, got hit, no call, but it rolls up and in. So Cato with 2, but Arlington is swapping him 3 for 2 because of the hot hand of Mike Cristoforo. Alwood, pull-up jumper, no good. McHugh fights for the rebound. Cristoforo fights for it, ball's loose, bodies everywhere. Samad comes up with it for the Ponders.
And Alwood and McHugh caused that. They dove for the ball, and the ball popped back out to Samard.
McHugh, the ex-hockey player, not the person you want to mix up with probably when those balls become loose. The very physical player. But now in the ensuing action, Arlington turns it over with 3:18 to go. The lead is 15. Medford far from out of this. Cato, 3 is good, and the lead is down to 12. And now Medford, more pressure. They have 4 men in the backcourt. McHugh, Samard smartly will kick it back out to Alwood. He really didn't have the lane. And now they'll reset the offense. 16 on the shot clock. Barlow up top. Just blows right by White. White grabs him on the arm as he goes by. Cristoforo had a notion. Gets it inside to McHugh. McHugh loses the handle. Ball's loose. McHugh knocks down a Medford player. And now someone comes flying in on first down.
McHugh? Oh, no, Samad.
Samad just came in and got a free shot, and oh, what a play by Samad. He's lucky to get away with that one.
The whistle had blown just before he came in, but that was really piling on. And now Coach Broderick coming back with Dimitri Michaud for the final 2:43.
A lot of players think that when the ball is loose, all bets are off, but you can't dive in the pile and dive on top of somebody like Neal did that time. But he got away with it, and I guess it was a held ball situation. Arlington possession, but only 5 on the shot clock. And now a huge call, a reach-in foul with only 3 seconds on the shot clock. The foul will go against Medford, and Arlington will get a new shot clock, a full new 30 seconds. As you mentioned, Medford not even close to being in the penalty, so Arlington will inbound up by 12, 2:41 to go. Barlow will take it all the way to the top and set the offense. Yep. And White's been doing that all night because Barlow is so quick. And White's very quick too, but when Barlow gets by and White goes for that play where you try to flick it away, and more often than not, you end up getting a piece of the body on that play. So.
Yeah, and Barlow is used to it. I mean, he throws the ball a little bit in front of him, so really players no chance for getting the ball.
Of course, in the alumni game that we had a couple weeks ago, and when I was guarding Phil Barlow, he was unable to perform any of those moves. He's really not as quick as he seems when you get down the court there with him.
Yeah, when you have that veteran presence, you probably know where to lead him, and probably got some help as well.
He didn't score when I was out there, that's all I can say. Well, now another foul committed by Medford. As Stephen, you were right, they almost have to commit fouls to create a situation. And now they'll do the smart thing and foul Michaud and take their chances. Anytime Dimitri gets the ball, probably from here on in, he can expect to get fouled. But in the Cambridge game last Wednesday, Dimitri did a great job down the stretch of hitting the key free throws. And now this time Arlington does the smart thing and gets the ball in the right hands. Barlow with it. Medford looking to foul, and they do. So Medford's strategy now clearly is to foul and try to extend this game. 2:29 to go in the ball game, and Arlington with a 12-point lead.
Arlington takes care of business on the free throws and tries to eat up as much clock as possible, and they could come home with their 7th win of the year.
Yep. Just like you said, if they convert free throws, this game is theirs for the taking. No question about it. Phil Barlow at the line for a 1-on-1. Medford now with 17 fouls. Arlington has committed 10. First free throw by Barlow is no good. 2:25 to go. Medford with the ball, trailing by 12. And now Pisapia tried to get it to Long, and Barlow just stepped into the passing lane and picked it off. Allwood gets it back to Barlow, and they'll foul right away. See, the key thing for these officials to do is when the team's trying to foul is just go ahead and call it, because at the end of the Revere game, Phil Barlow ended up getting fouled, and the ref didn't call it, so then the Revere kid fouled him even harder, and the next thing you know, we had a situation where players were running onto the court and there was a big fight.
Yeah.
Well, an altercation, I should say. No punches were thrown or anything like that. But now Barlow converts the front end of the one-on-one.
And you see that so often because the player just wants to make the initial contact and get the whistle.
Right.
And then when you don't get the whistle, you think, well, maybe he's not paying attention. I'll show him what a foul is.
Yeah. And the Revere kid ended up grabbing Phil by the shirt, and Phil was in an awkward position, so he did like a twirly bird in the air and landed on his face. It really wasn't as hard of a foul as it looked, but it got everybody going, that's for sure.
Arlington up by 14 with the 2 free throws.
White tries to answer with the 3, no good. Michaud fights for the rebound, ball's loose. White comes up with it for Medford. Kicks it over to Cato. Cato will try a long 3, no good. Rebound by Cristoforo. Cristoforo's getting hacked. And finally they'll call a foul on White.
Cristoforo, once he got that rebound, he protected the ball, and that was the key. He wasn't going to get it stripped.
Now White, who has been the person who has committed a lot of these unintentional, intentional fouls by Medford, he now has 4. Oh, excuse me, that's 3. The scoreboard was wrong. He now has 3 fouls. And Cristoforo will go to the line for a one-on-one. And he hits the front end. Not enough you can say about the play tonight at number 15 for Arlington.
He's got ice water in his veins. I mean, he just is such a cool customer.
It's unbelievable to see the transformation from the first game where he really didn't hit any shots at Medford to tonight where he has just been unstoppable. 2 free throws by the freshman. The Arlington lead is 16. Arlington seems to be on the verge of upsetting the number 3 team in the state, but as I say those words, Dimitri Michaud will be called for a blocking foul, and that'll be his 5th foul, and Dimitri Michaud will be disqualified from the game.
Just a little contact. Dimitri questioning the call, but he's got to get out of there. I don't know if we've heard the buzzer yet signaling the 5th foul.
So Coach Broderick will use the allotted 30 seconds to talk to his team, at which time he'll make a substitution. Probably, I would guess he'd go with McHugh or Martin, perhaps, for the final minute 45. Sure, Mike's reminding the guys, too, just to try to commit as few fouls as possible. You want that clock to continue to roll. You're up by 16.
And Martin is going to check into the game for Michaud.
Arlington has to break that huddle. Yep, there's the allotted 30 right there. There's the buzzer, and the teams will come out. Good job by Mike that time, almost getting a timeout out of the situation. I think that's a rule that should be changed. I don't see
the amount of time.
Yeah. Okay, a guy fouls out. Get the sub in there. Why should you get 30 seconds?
It's almost like you need time to think, as if you don't sub at all during the game.
Exactly. you know who's got 4. You know if someone fouls out, who your options are. Make the substitution. Get on with the game. That's one rule that I don't agree with. Doyley hit the first free throw. The lead is down to 15. Doyley's second free throw is good, and the Arlington lead is 14. And so now Medford will substitute offense for defense in these foul situations. And again, look at Dave Martin setting that hard pick to get Barlow open. They're holding his shirt, and now White commits the foul. See, again, those fouls are getting harder and harder. Because what else is happening, too, is Medford's realizing they're going down.
Yeah.
So they're going to make sure that they commit these fouls. And the Arlington student body section telling the Medford people to warm up the bus.
That's right. I couldn't hear what they were saying. Still a minute 44 left, but you got to be feeling pretty good about this one at this point.
And now they're yelling out overrated to the Medford section. Well, things look good for the Arlington team, but I'm not saying anything until it's a final. It's a 14-point lead.
Too many things happen over the years.
Now, Medford is in the double, Arlington is in the double bonus, so Barlow will get 2, and that helps there because he missed the first one. Phil Barlow at the line. Hasn't really been a great night offensively for Phil as far as points. Second free throw is good.
Now, even when he's not scoring, though, as you well know,
so
Donald, there's just so
valuable.
many things he does for this team that don't show up on the score sheet.
Absolutely. Now Cato will try the three. It's short. Rebound comes out to Pasapia. Tries to get it to White in the corner. Kick it back out to Kezo. Kezo another three. No good. And the rebound to Arlington. And now Barlow's fouled again. If I'm Medford, I don't know if Kezo's the guy that I want taking all those shots. I mean, you have a great shooter in White. Pasapia was also a fine long-range shooter, and Doyley's been unbelievable down low, but Kezo's been taking the big shots.
You can see the Medford crowd, I think, signaling defeat, getting up and starting to leave the gymnasium.
Yep, they don't want to see it end like this, so they'd just as soon go home and say, well, we didn't know what happened when we left.
They were losing, and who knows?
I don't know what happened. I'll have to check the paper tomorrow. But right now, as Barlow converts the first free throw, it is now a 16-point Arlington lead. And Steve, not only has Arlington won this game, but in the second half here, they have won it handily.
Yeah, they have. They have really been in complete control this whole second half.
Second free throw is good, and Arlington with a 17-point lead, as they have done the job here. Now here's Pasapia, three, no good. Rebound Barlow. Let's see if they foul again, and they do. And if it's on White, it would be his fifth.
Arlington's lead now up to 17 points. At a certain point, Donald, if you're Coach Bartley, don't you just say no more fouls, let's just finish the game?
Yeah, Coach Steve Fernandez from Arlington Catholic was in attendance scouting this. He can't be happy about what he sees for his team to be facing a week from Friday. So indeed, the foul was on White. Indeed, he did foul out. And Kevin, Stevie, it's an interesting sub battle between Barlow and White. I believe White and Barlow, both juniors, both point guards in the GBL, and they're kind of, I think there's a little rivalry between the two of them. You know, maybe even as far as what one scout told me, as far as even, you know, the future, as far as they're kind of competing against each one. One of them's going to go somewhere.
Right.
Well, they're probably both going to go somewhere, but whoever's the better of the two is going to have the better opportunity. So a little subplot when,
absolutely.
When Barlow faces White.
You know, we'll have it for another year, and you can see where they would go to similar schools.
Sure. Now Kezo will try another three. He misses again. Barlow with the rebound, and they'll foul him again. So I'll tell you what, Phil's had a good chance to pad up his stats with some free throws here down the stretch. And with 1:06 to go, Medford, I think they need to readjust their strategy. They're down by 19.
Yeah, it's over. I mean, I just wonder at this point if you don't clear the bench. I mean, there's really no need to foul and continue this any longer.
Right. Yeah, if they were coming down and hitting some of these threes and kept it to within 10 or 9 points, fantastic. But now this is just becoming a Phil Barlow free throw shooting contest against himself.
And the thing that's amazing, I mean, he's gotten the last 3 defensive rebounds for Arlington. He's just so quick to the basketball.
Barlow missed that free throw. And for Medford, number 32, Brendan Hopkins will come into the game.
A lot of long faces down on the Medford bench as they realize now that they will not have an undefeated season.
That's correct. And this will put them back in the mix of the GBL, because Cambridge, with only 1 league loss, Medford had defeated Cambridge early in the season at Medford. So that'll be probably the game for the GBL title later on this month or next month, as Medford now scores and they'll call timeout. Now it'll be interesting to see if Mike Broderick wants to take the full timeout, because Medford just
for a rematch for their second game against Somerville. They defeated them here earlier this year, and Somerville really having a down year.
Somerville has one player, I believe his name is Jamel Reese. He's averaging 26.5 points per game. He's an unbelievable offensive player. A little bit of a head case, but he literally is all Somerville has. But, you know, every league game is a tough game, especially here in the GBL. That's backcourt. That's backcourt because his front foot landed in the front court, and then he went to the back. I believe that should have been called. Now, in the ensuing action, a foul will be called against Medford. And this game is kind of dragging on here, as we'd like just to get it over with.
Well, that's the other thing that happens when you continue to foul. The players are frustrated for Medford. They're going to give those hard fouls, and that's where you have a chance for some fisticuffs to break out.
And now for Medford, number 51, Ron McPhee has checked into the lineup, as Samard misses the first free throw.